Alright, so we're back here. I went up to the gates of Fornost here, and that's actually an instance, and the instance are going to be running pretty much at your level. You can run them down, but I didn't really feel like running any instances here. I'll make it back with my kin later and run some of those, but if I do, we'll record those. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and just continue on with the epic quest line here. As you can see, I am back with Mincham here. Oh, Shadows. You are truly a stout heart to face such beasts. You have my gratitude, Snippy. I only wish I could have done this myself instead of sending you my stead. But time and injury prevent me from wielding a sword, let alone drawing a board. Man, all these wardens, rangers, are injured. From what you tell me, Angmar did not merely send a token force to Fornost, nay, it appears they sent an army. Fornost has fallen once more to Angmar. Okay. Go ahead and do that. Quick, now you must return to Halbrand and Estelden. Tell me what you've learned here. Angmar has taken Fornost once more. From such a fortified spot, Angmar could dominate all of the north, but there are even worse things to worry about. Tales tell of its great evil which inhabits the collapsed and ruins Hall of Fornost. This evil could be called the servant Angmar. Go to Esselden and tell Halbarad all that you've learned here. Okay, we can do that. Now, by the way, I did find that if I wanted to travel instantly, you can travel to your objective now by using one of your mithril coins. However, I don't want to use those for that. I'm going to go ahead. I've done that a couple of times here. I'm just going to go ahead and travel a long way, take a little bit of time, enjoy the scenery, because I really do love the scenery here in Lord of the Rings online. Even as old as it is, it's just beautiful. I mean, these horses, beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and ride back over to across the country, and we'll be back with you in just a few minutes. Okay, coming back to you. I'm in Esselden again, going up here to talk to Halbarad again. Go ahead and run in here, see what they have to say. Looks like there's somebody else running some of these quests here. What class are they? They are a captain, I believe. Okay. I suppose we can be thankful that we are no longer as ignorant of the plans we once were, yet the question of how we will face this threat looms over us all. The peoples of the North Downs must be called together for a council to deal with this threat. There's much to do, and much I'll ask you in the days ahead if you are willing to spirit. Yes, I'm a willing spirit. Okay, so got to talk to Dory up here. Go ahead and do that. We can go ahead and talk to Gildor. To the south, there's a small refuge of elves, so we need to talk to the dwarves. Got to talk to the elves, and we need to talk to the men and go down to Trestlebridge. Okay, so we'll go ahead and run all three of those quests. You can run those pretty much at the same time, and all that really means is you've got all three of them active. I need to run up here to talk to the dwarves, run down here to talk to the elves, and run over here to talk to the men. And at each place, I actually have to do a side instance. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be back with you in just a moment. Hey, Henner. I'm here to call a muster of the dwarves. You seek Dory? Alas, Dory has been captured by the Dour Hands. Oh no! An envoy of traitors just left and said if we do not turn over the mines to them, Dory will be killed. We can't let that happen. Council of Free People, how can we give thought? It's a fellowship quest, but I am going to go ahead and do it alone. How could we give thought of a council with Dory gone, if only with Dory's arrival and the horde of gems he brought, that hope began to creep back into our hearts. But Dory's been captured, gems lost, and all hope still on the way. If those men, those rangers, wish to have a help of the dwarves, then Dory must be freed. If you are the ranger's envoy, you must do this and sire are present to the council. Dory is likely to be held in Dourhand's camp to the west. Free Dory and escort him to safety. Once he's free, he'll make our decisions regarding this council. It's suggested you complete this quest following the fellowship. Inspiration will assist you if you choose to undertake the challenge alone. And I'm going to go ahead and do the challenge alone. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, I could get distracted because there's lots of rings around here. And oh my goodness, I love doing these. This one is actually just run all the way down to Thorns Hall. By the way, to get to Thorns Hall, you have to go through Bree. You have to come all the way down here to Bree. You have to come all the way down through Bree, go to the Shire. You have to run all the way through the Shire to the Erdlun. And then through Erdlun, which we haven't been in as part of this quest line, you've got to go all the way out here to Thorn's Gate. That is a long trek for just getting a little bit of increased reputation with the End League. Not going to mess with it. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and decline that. But as you'll notice, there are several other people who are in dire needs of my help, because evidently these guys just stand here, gather bear meat. That's just a Slayer deed. Don't really need to do that. So I'm not going to do any of those. Let me just check to see. Lynx Fur, no, not going to do that. So we're going to go over here and track Dory. Yeah, okay, I'll run down this way. And we're going to rescue Dory, so I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so I'm right back with you. This is the Dourhand encampment. There's actually one of the foundation stones. One of the explorer deeds that you had to do was find this place. When I was running this, I actually came across a guy who was in the middle of running that. Let's see how hard these guys are. Not too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and run in here, gather Dory, and as I get Dory here, I will come back with you and we will escort him to safety. This is a little easier way of getting in, is coming across the top here. When we escort him out, we'll have to run around this way and through this little valley here. And if you'll notice down there, there's several different Dourhands that we're going to be running through. So I'm going to go ahead and sneak in here. That was a foundation stone, by the way, I had to find earlier. And see if we can find Dory. Oh yeah, you're a range guy? I'll go ahead and take care of that. Alright, who's in here? Hey, it's Dory! Nice to see you, buddy. What happened here? Looks like you're all tied up. Would you like some help? Yeah, let's go ahead. It's about time. You know what? I ought to just leave you. Nah, I won't leave you. If you're going to be that rude. Dwarves are always rude, so. These Dourhands took the hoard of gems I brought. We've got to get them back. Or 3 girls, depending on them. Come now before the Dourhands get suspicious. Yes, sir. Let's get those jewels because dwarves like their gold and jewels. Alright, I'll follow. I see that inspirement came up here. I looked at my health and saw I was down to half health, but turns out I was at half health because they got me up to 14k health. Yeah, these escort quests can be a little bit annoying because it's just, I mean, I guess part of it's because I'm way overpowered right now. I let myself not keep track of where I was on my quest chain. I'm on level 30s. I'm 33. Um, all right, Dory, did that make it? I've escorted him to safety. Okay. Okay, which one of these is more expensive? 570, 648. I'll go ahead and do that because I'm not going to change from there. Okay, before you retired, I told you, Dory, your message about the council. He recommended that we should go, and I agree with them. The dwarves shall lead their might to this council, and free all North Downs from the clutches of the enemy. Go now and tell the rangers we shall come. Very good. Okay, I am going to run down to the elves and talk to them, run their instance that I've got to run, and then I'm going to run on down to Trestle Bridge and talk to the men. So I will be back with you in just a second. Okay, so coming back with you, I am getting close to this little elvish area. I did have to run down here earlier. I think I did that off camera to run one of my class quests. Did a couple of things down here, but not very much. Again, there's a nice quest hub down here, but these quests are probably level 27-ish, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I'm not going to do that. So let's go ahead and run in here and see if Gildor will come with us without any conditions. Hail and well met, good hobbit. You were once a companion of Ranger Amdir, were you not? Tell me, what has become of Amdir? He perished a wraith, you say? Ah, poor Amdir. At least now he is at peace, or so I hope. I too have seen dark things since I left Amdir's company. Not the least, the death of the elves of Lingalath. The shadow of the enemy has grown long, longer than perhaps than any thought. The elves that once lived here have paid the price for our complacency. Okay? Don't be complacent. Again, we got a dagger or gloves. The gloves are... I'll probably swap out for the gloves. Lose a little bit of armor, but I also get Fate plus in-combat morale regen versus incoming heal. Because I'm not in a fellowship, I'm not in a quest where I have healers, the incoming healing I don't think impacts me. I could be wrong because I'm a warden and I'm doing the self-heals. I think that also impacts that, but I'll probably go ahead and change out for the gloves on this. Okay, so the Council of Esselden. I wish that I could simply commit to such an endeavor, but that's not that simple. It never is. Many of my people are nearly overcome with grief and anger at what happened here, and the threat against Lingalath have not yet been dealt with. Our scouts tell me that the orcs in Nanweather are planning to move against us soon. The scouts say that these orcs are being led by a great orc of Angmar named Drukort, who camps in the deepest part of Nanrod. Perhaps if this orc were slain, Lingoleth would be protected enough to let me come to your council. It is a heavy burden, but I would task you with this if you remain of stout heart. The Uruk is a mighty foe, and you should not attempt this. Please bring some friends. If you must, then use the strength of this Elfstone to find strengths to prevail. Using the Elfstone allows you access an inspiration buff while solo or in a smaller fellowship. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use the Elfstone when we get in there. Okay, so I guess we've got a little bit extra work to do here. Where am I going? I'm going to go back up in here to this area. He's in one of those two areas. If I remember correctly, he's in the southernmost most point, but I will be able to make my way up through these middle mountains here. It's a fun little quest. I'll probably keep you with me. I may shrink this down and do a speed run through it, but I do want to go ahead and run through this and see if we can get up here. So if I cut this, I'll be right back. Otherwise, thanks for staying with me while I make this run. I think it's here. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and draw upon the Elfstone's power. The first time I tried to run this, by the way, I got stuck here because I kept trying to find this guy here, because it's like, okay, this is where you want that power. But I finally realized that first ring is just really the entrance, and then you have to go deeper into this little area to actually get to the guy that you've got to slay. I believe this is the guy I got to take care of. It is. Okay, let me get my tools back, wake back up. Alright, there we go. I'll start putting some bleeds on you, some of my heals over time. I can't talk now, so I've got to do the 2-1-2s. That's okay, because that's going to put some big heals on me. Now I can go ahead and start the process of putting damage over time, bleeds on you again. So we're going to go ahead and come in here, talk to Gildor, and see if our efforts were successful. Ah, you've done it. We've heard the wails that works from here. You've seen the safety of Lynn, Glacier, and for that you have my thanks. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Where are the gloves? There they are. Let's see what happens to our health. It's 3458. Excuse me. It stays 3458, so that's good. Okay. Sort that. I probably need to sell stuff before I get out of here, so I'm going to do that. Okay. With the Uruk Dulfquist Lane, the threat to the orcs hath lessened, and I'm free to come to the council. You should bring word to Helbrand that I shall soon attend him. Yada, yada, yada. Your brave deeds may yet prove a strong foundation of our defense. Okay. That's 2 of 3. We will come out here and sell some stuff off camera, and I will be back with you when I get over to Trestlebridge. Okay, so we're back here in Trestlebridge, getting ready to see if we can get Nellie to come to the council meeting. See what she has to say, if we have to do anything to help her out. Okay, Council, have you taken leave of your senses, Hobbit? Are you unaware of the dangers facing this town, the constant attacks we once endure? These men in the East, they truly cared about the threats facing Trestlebridge. They would have helped us here with these orcs. We could not have had to suffer as long as we have. We lost those all dear to us. No, I shall not come to the council or anything else, and I shall not be convinced otherwise. Now, if you have no other business to let me to see the defense of this town. She just flat out said no. Okay, well, I mean, I appreciate the candor there, Nellie, but I think you're making a big mistake. I think, I just really do think you're doing a mistake there. Okay, so I need to make my way all the way back over here to Kingsfield. I'm going to... Okay, well, Halbard, these are good tidings. With the dwarves leading us, our chance of turning the tide against Angmar are that much greater. You've done well. Increase reputation. How is my reputation with the Rangers? Reputation. 76. So I've got 2,400 to go to make the acquaintance. These are increasing by 500. So. Your message bears joyous twice over. The earth is said. The elves have become the council. We've done well. You have my thanks. Okay. Now, I have bad news. Good news, you returned. It does not surprise me that Nellie refused the call, but that does not matter now. Word has arrived there's a large contingent of orcs moving on Trestlebridge. The people there are strong folks, but I fear they're no match for these orcs and the chieftain who leads them. We must go to their aid. So, Halbarad, he's making the wise choice here. He's actually going to go to their aid. Now, let's see here. Ooh, I was just contemplating, should I take the 373 or the 375? But look here, I've got these new gloves here with 486 armor, 55 agility, which is really nice for a warden, and 232 in combat morale regen, so I like it. We're going to go ahead and travel. Okay, are you prepared for battle ahead? It will be a difficult one. We need all the warriors. You should do this in a fellowship, but inspiration will come with me. All right, let's see if we can get this done. Okay. These orcs are nearly upon the town. Come with me quickly. We must convince Miss Bockins of the threat that's nearly upon her. All right, I'll follow you. Miss Bockins, orcs of a kind unknown to you are about to attack your town. We've come to lend what aid we can. I think we know how to deal with orcs without your help. Why don't you return to your home? We will deal with this. Shoo. But Miss Boskins, please let us help. Mayor Boskins, look, one of the guards approaches. Come, perhaps it's another attack. Mayor Boskins, orcs of a kind I've never seen before approach. Perhaps your words were true, Halbard. To the bridge! Ha-ha! I love that he's cheering that we get to go fight. Woohoo! Yay! I'll cheer too. Alrighty. These orcs are unlike any I've fought before. Whoa, Nelly. More will be upon us. There they are. I knew there'd be more. How shall we stand against creatures such as these? Well, first off, you don't put the ramp where it's facing you. You put the ramp facing away so they have a harder chance of climbing over it. Let's see if Nellie's back here. I think the end is in sight, Miss Boskins. There's the last one. Kill the maggots. There we go. Woohoo! Woohoo! I hope you can forgive my behavior towards you. Think nothing of it is my honor to help you in this fight. I must leave you now and return to Esselden. My companions, though, shall remain behind in the event more trouble arises. I have one final word with them, but then leave. Okie dokie. We have done well this day. I'm indebted to you, as well as for your aid. I fear the battle would have turned against the free peoples had you not been here. I must leave now, and I hope it's not too much to ask you to stay behind. I would ask that you ensure Trestle Bridge remains safe throughout the night, then return to Esselden. This is a great victory, my friend, and a great victory indeed. Okay. I'll talk to you back at Nellie's house.
Elrond has healed Frodo of his mortal wound, and now the time has come to decide the fate of the One Ring. I can see no other path than that which leads to Mount Doom. Who then shall defend Eriador against the shadow of Angmar?
Okay, so we're back at Nellie's house. What's Nellie got to say to us? I must apologize to you, for I fear my behavior towards you was nearly unforgivable. I see now that the constant orc attacks were nothing compared to what Angmar could bring to bear on this small town. You and the ranger Halbarad have risked your lives to save my people. I am in your debt. I would really like a pair of gloves, so I hope you don't mind. There we go. The debt I owe you, Snigby, and the Rangers cannot be easily repaid, but I hope to make it started by answering Halbert's call to the council. Whatever strength of men Trestlebridge can lean, a hand to Halbarad's endeavor shall be his to command. Please go tell Halbarad that I will come to Esselden as soon as I settle matters here. I'm still responsible first to my people, but I see not the free peoples of the North Downs will stand together, if we remain free. Thank you, my friend. Okay, so I have to go back and talk to Halbarad. I'm about ready to. I believe this is the last major instance of the quest line. I will talk to Halbrand and pick up the next one, but I'll probably cut here and be right back with you. So this is the challenge of not being a VIP player. With the VIP, if I remember correctly, not only do you have the horse travel, which I'm doing, and this one's been running for about 3 minutes. I had enough time to get up and take a bio break, get some more water. But you also have this thing called quick travel. And what that allows you to do is basically, with your horses, I believe you can just basically go from point to point with a quick travel. So, if I remember correctly, I think that's part of it. It's been a while. I think I've said that once or twice in this series. But either way, I'm actually thinking about going ahead and signing up for the VIP when I get out of the areas that I own. Um, you know, it only costs like $30 every 3 months if you sign up for a 3-month plan. I think it's $15 a month if you're going month to month. I think it's pretty worth it, especially if I'm going to be playing it regularly again. The great thing is with the instances, when you're VIP, basically every instance that's out there you own, as long as you own the expansion pack. So like Gondor, I think I think Rohan, I purchased. I believe I purchased the Eastern Gondor, and I've got to purchase Western Gondor, or maybe I got Western, but I need to go to Eastern. So I'm kind of like two major releases behind, maybe three on my purchases, but that's a long ways down the road. I'll go ahead and take care of that problem whenever I get to it. So as it is, I am back to what is this? Where am I? Esselden. That's right. So I'm back in Esselden, getting ready to come up here and chat with our buddy Halberud, and go on from there. Now, while I did this, I was about, if I look at by the way, down here at the very bottom of the screen, this is an experience bar. And I started this quest chain at the early edges of 33. Now I'm about 3/4 of the way through as we go through there. But let's go ahead and read this. It's good to see you again. My thanks for your help in that battle. Without you and your companions, I would have surely fallen, as would Trestlebridge. It's also good to know that Nellie Boskins will come to the council. She is a fine and strong woman. I will welcome her and her people's presence in the conflict ahead. All right. So, while I wait the arrival of these coming council, I must ask one final task of you. My chieftain, Aragorn, must be told of what transpired here. I would also seek his counsel, as the position I find myself is an unusual one. Aragorn has always been one to lead, organize, and inspire. If only the matter he was seeing was not much greater importance, he would be here. This cannot be helped, though. By now, Aragorn should have arrived to the refuge of Rivendell in the Trollshaws. It's a hard ride awaits you, but my word will be taken to Aragorn in these matters. Look for him in one of the guest rooms of Arawaron's house. With that, I'm going to go ahead and leave off with you, because this is the last chapter, last book of that chapter. It's actually taking me out to Rivendell to continue the quest chain out there. When he said it was a long travel, he's really not kidding, because what I have to do is I have to make my way back down here into Bree. Through Bree, I can make my way back over here to the Weather Hills, Midgewater Pass, so kind of make my way over through the Lone Lands. And then through the Lone Lands, I have to go all the way out here at Trollshaws, and then Trollshaws, I got to go all the way out here at Rivendell. So it is a long quest, and it's definitely going to take me a little bit to get there. I'll probably do a little bit of questing if I see stuff on level with me as I go through. I'll also come through here and find some of these rider stations to make it a little bit easier to get from point A to point B. Eventually, I'm going to be able to muster in these areas. Mustering just allows me to very quickly, here I can go ahead and travel to Osgrowth. That's actually going to save me a lot of time, because if I make that trip here, remember I was talking about how I needed to go to Trollshaw, go through Bree, go through the Lone Lands, kind of make my way all the way around there. Well, I'm actually, with this little muster ability, I'm in Osgrowth, which is out in the Lone Lands, and I'm right next to the Trollshaws. So, with that being said, I am going to go ahead and sign off here. If you like this content, please consider giving me a like. This took about 2 hours to record this evening. I'm going to cut it down to probably 30 minutes. But the effort that goes into this is not considerable, and it's fun. But I sure would appreciate a like if you like this content. Also, consider subscribing. That way you can get notifications whenever I do upload content again. I'm going to try to get back on a little bit regular schedule. Probably not going to go daily anymore. I'm probably going to move over to every other day, roughly, unless you guys want to see more content and I get a little extra free time. But anyway, this is Sneak B signing off. Again, everybody appreciate your support and have a great day. Goodbye.